All right, my lovelies. So in this reading, we are going to be looking into something a little unsavory. We're going to be looking into who are your enemies. And I'm going to get very specific in this. So I'm going to be able to tune in and give you like their personalities, narrow it down to astrological signs, even their appearance and their agendas and motivations. Okay. So this is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If you want to know something more tailored for yourself, your specific situation, definitely hit me up for a private reading. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here to the left, we have pile one, or the Shungite pyramid. We have pile two, or the bloodstone, pile three, or the Labradorite Merkabah, pile four, or the black tourmaline, or pile five, and the Shungite sphere. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to tune in, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with pile one. All right, those of you who chose pile one or the Shungite pyramid, let's get into your reading. All right, pile one, this is your spread. So first up, we have the Knight of Swords upright with the daemon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. I don't work with a specific daemon. Hores or Hars or Hares, okay? Destroys and burns all enemies when requested, speaks of the creation of the world, and tells of the past and the future. Then next up, we have the Death card in reverse, or Lucifer, provides liberation, elimination, incites jealousy and envy. And then we have the King of Wands upright, or Asmodeus. So let me go ahead and read this because I'm not going to read upside down. Makes men fly into passionate rage and desire, destroys the happiness of married couples, wastes the beauty of virgins, and reveals the future. Woo, woo, woo. That was the noise that wanted to come out, guys. That just happened. So this enemy, there's a lot of different energies coming through, guys. So I'm just bear with me because this is a general reading. So a lot of people's enemies are coming through. Okay. But I want to say this is really heavy energy. This is really dense. Like these people are straight up fucking haters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like a lot of these people are really jealous of you or jealous of your lover. So I'm getting like, you have ex-lovers coming through here. I'm getting a lot of men. So whether you're a man or a woman, whether you are, whether you prefer men or women romantically, I'm getting like men who are either ex-lovers, like, disgruntled ex-lovers, or maybe they wanted to be your lover and it never happened. And so there's like this, it's like an obsession of wanting to kind of destroy what you have because they can't have you, or wanting, like, they would really love to be in the place, because I feel like a lot of you are not single, and those of you who are, you're like untouchable or unreachable to these people. And so this is kind of like, they want what they can't have, and so because they can't have it, they want to see it burn. That's the energy coming through to me. And I feel like some of these people have had fantasies about having like hate sex with you, like being able to sleep you after, but have hate sex with you and then like leave you stranded. I'm getting really strong narcissistic energy. Like their ego was bruised when, you turn them down. That's what I'm getting for some of you. I feel like this is mostly lovers, like either ex-lovers, people that wish they could be your lover, like, and there's like this feeling of ownership coming through. Like they feel like they own you or should own you or want to own you, and it bothers them that they don't, that they can't. It's like I'm also getting like a lot of bigot energy. It could be bigots. Your enemies could be a bigot. It could be like just a lot of like toxic masculinity coming through. Like I said, you yourself could be a man or a woman, but regardless of what your preference is, this definitely feels like disgruntled, scorned, male lover energy primarily. Let me go ahead and check out what these people look like, because I have these question mark cards. Okay, so some of these people might have strawberry blonde hair. So I think you know most of these people. So I mean, if this resonates, then this is definitely for you. Because I don't think these are people you don't know. Like even if you've never met them in person, you at least know them in social media, for the most part. But some of them could be stalkers too. We'll get into that in a minute. I think whoever this person is also has dark blue eyes. Okay, for whoever this is meant for. It could be a very specific person. So I feel like whoever this is, like either average height or tall, because I'm getting both here. Okay. So I don't think this is someone who's short for most of you, because I'm not getting like different images coming through. Hold on, let me just put this here so you guys can see it better. And then I feel like this person or one of these people has curly hair too. So I hope this helps identify them physically. Now I'm going to pull from this little bag here. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to pull and see what comes through. More information about this person or people. Okay, so we got, client or colleague. Okay, so you might work with this person, or maybe if you're like a content creator, or maybe you're a reader or healer, especially if you're on my channel, they might have been your client. Shadow trigger. Yeah, what was I saying earlier? This you're triggering them because they have these expectations in their mind about what they should be able to have, what you represent, and what they can't have, and it's messing with them. It's fucking with them. Okay, let's see. Ooh, see? Hates you. Hates you. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull 2 more just to help you guys figure out what's going on here. Obsessed with you, what I say. Yeah. And this is turned into like an obsession hate situation here. Okay, this is interesting. So this didn't fit kind of the motif I was saying earlier, but for some of you there could be a toxic family member that's an enemy too. Or I feel like it could be their family member too, this ex-lover. So anyway, that one just kind of jumped out of nowhere. So it didn't really fit with the rest of it. So that I feel like that could be for very specific people. So there you have it, pile 1. I hope this helped you identify your enemies. How you deal with your enemies up to you. I'm not responsible for any choices you may make based on this reading. No matter how accurate my readings are, I have to say for legal purposes or for entertainment only, and that you are a sovereign being, you're responsible for all your choices. So do with what this information as you will. I hope it helped you. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, do the rest. If you're drawn to multiple piles, definitely check out those piles. Maybe it'll help you identify the same person or different people and help you weed out anybody that, doesn't have your highest good in mind. All right, take care. Moving on to pile 2. All right, those of you who chose pile 2 or the bloodstone, let's get into your reading. All right, pile 2, this is your spread. So first up, we have the Ace of Wands, or Azazel, the fallen angel. I want to let you guys know that this is a major fallen angel, and he was actually the core one, the leader, commander of the Watchers, and was responsible for teaching mankind many things. Just want to throw that out there. Next up, we have the Queen of Pentacles upright. We have Hagenti or Hagente. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I don't work with that daemon. And says, make one wise and teaches everything. Can turn any metal into gold and transmutates the water into wine. Cool. All right. Then we have the Nine of Swords. Larai. If I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize. Don't work with this daemon. Okay, causes great. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to read upside down. Causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. All right. So I want to say off the bat, this feels like somebody who wants to see you fail. They see you as competition. They see you as a threat, and they want to see you fall. and they want to rise up in your place. I feel like a lot of you who chose this, you might be influencers, content creators, you might be even minor or major celebrities. I don't think I have any celebrities on my, YouTube page, but you never know. But you're at least perceived as having a lot of power and influence, and this person envies this, and they really want to see you fail. They want to see your downfall. They want to see you crash and burn. They want to see you suffer. I feel like this person might even be a practitioner and might even have done some sort of magic against you. Okay. Like might have tried to hex you, whether they succeeded or not. That would be for another reading. I actually have a reading that goes into that if you guys are interested and you suspect that that might be the case. Check it out. I feel that this person started out as either a friend or an acquaintance or a colleague, like somebody that you knew and you thought everything was cool. That's all I'm getting right now. Like this is basically like somebody that wants to see you fail, somebody that wants what you have. There's a lot of jealousy and envy going on here. This could be a competitor or a colleague. And I feel like a lot of this could be a woman that is like older, or maybe it's a woman that is actually doing pretty well for herself, or she's a businesswoman and she sees you as her competition. So those of you who chose this pile, you might be women, but it doesn't have to be the case. Okay, but I'm gonna actually pull from this because this is identifying the physical features of some of the enemies coming through. Remember, this is a general reading, guys. So, this isn't gonna apply to everyone. Okay, this person may have a distinct birthmark on their face. Okay. So I feel like if this applies to you, you're gonna know. Wow. Noticeable scars too. Interesting. Interesting. And dimples. I don't know if this is all in the same person or if this is different people, but those are really, this is really cool for identifiers. It's very specific. Freckles and tattoos. So interesting. So this is like telling you identifiers based on very unique markings on this person or people's body. So look out for this stuff. Okay. Especially if somebody has everything mentioned here. So that's their appearance. Now let me go ahead and pull more about to help you identify who they are and what their agenda is here. Okay. I have this little bag of little handwritten phrases. Shadow trigger. Well, that makes sense because, like I said, this has to do with competition, envy, jealousy. Something you're doing is triggering them. Obsessed with you. Okay, also fits. It's funny, I got those two in the last pile too. Jealousy. See, look at that. What was I saying? Definitely jealousy. Hold on, let me straighten this out. YouTube. Okay. So some of you might be YouTube content creators. This person is on YouTube. They are watching you on YouTube, whether you realize it or not. This is an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Okay. And this might be multiple enemies, but I think for most of you, this is a specific person is what I'm getting, but you could have more than one. I feel like I'm supposed to pull more information for you guys than I did in my last pile. So 2 more on here. Here we go, client or colleague. And I think for most of you, this is more of like they're in the same field as you. You know what I mean? And last one could be toxic family. This one came up last pile too, which is interesting. So this person could actually be a family member that feels this way, that, maybe you guys are in a business together, or maybe you guys are in similar fields. It happens. And they're actually jealous of you and want to see you, fail. Maybe you're not even in the same field. Maybe it's just like a sibling rivalry between 2 sisters, or, a sister and a brother. Okay. Or, mother and daughter, or father and son, or whatnot. Okay. So I hope this helped you guys identify who your enemies are. What you do with that information is entirely up to you. You're a sovereign being. I'm not responsible for what you do with that information. Also, no matter how accurate the readings are, I have to state for legal purposes or for entertainment purpose only. Okay. It's general, so take what, resonates, leave the rest. If you want a more personalized reading on this topic, definitely hit me up for private reading. And hope I was able to provide insight and enlightenment into your situation. Take care. Moving on to pile 3. All right, those of you who chose pile 3 or the Labradorite Merkabah, let's get into your reading. All right, pile 3, this is your spread. Up first, we have the King of Swords upright, or the Daemon Eligos, Eligios. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It says, reveals knowledge of forthcoming battles and procures the favor of kings and lords. We have here upright the Queen of Cups, and this is Phoenix or Phoenix. Teaches all sciences, performs wonderful poetry, it follows all requests with excellence. And then last but not least, we have Halphus. 2 of Swords, builds towers and provides weapons and ammunition, sends soldiers to appointed places. So there, I have 2 separate currents coming through here. And I want to say that if you felt drawn to pile 1, then I think you should check it out, because I'm getting that for some of you, I'm going to say like a third of you at least, this is like a lover situation, ex-lover. Although I feel like you guys actually, pile 1 felt more like a fling or a short-term relationship, or somebody that wanted to be a lover and never got the opportunity. But for you guys, pile 3, I'm getting more of an energy of you guys were in a long-term relationship and something happened. Like somebody cheated, there was like a huge blowout, maybe there was some sort of abuse that took place. Something happened, and now this person and their family and friends, I'm getting, is like they're like enemies to you. That's what I'm getting. Maybe there was like a custody issue with children. I don't know, something got messy and you have like enemies as a result. And I think for most of it, it's like whoever that person you're in a relationship was and their family. Now for the other, half, or let's just say another third of you, because I'm not sure if it's going to be just a 2-part message split down the middle. This has to do with more than one person being your enemy. And these people used to know you, okay? Or they still know you. I'm not getting hidden enemy vibes as much as I am contention and rivalry. So this could be in the workplace. This could be among friends. So, like I said, for like a third of you, this is like, enemy based on, like your ex-lover that you were with for a long time and something messy happened and them and their family are enemies. Or like you knew both of these people, we're friends with them or colleagues or whatever, or it's multiple people, men and women, because I see the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups here. So for some of you, that represents you and that other person, whether you're a man or woman. Like if you're a woman, Queen of Cups would represent you. If you're a man, the King of Swords. But for others, this represents the people that are your enemies. Okay. So if it doesn't apply to you having an ex that you're with a long time and maybe there's custody battles or abuse or cheating or something extreme and you guys didn't part amicably, if you didn't have that going on, then I would say the other is true for you. These are people that used to know you that, they're now your enemies. Okay. And there's multiple of them. So let me go ahead and, pull from this. This is like going to help you identify their physical features. Okay. So for some of you, one or more of these people could have light blue eyes. Okay. And it could also be you too. If you're part of the group I was saying that, this represents you and that person, it could be you as well. But I feel like for most people, this is going to be, the enemies. One or more enemies have gray eyes. Okay. Gray hair. I feel like this is a family member, like maybe a mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, something like that. So it could be like that person's family. Average build. Okay. And dark brown skin for some of you. So melanated. Okay. So that's what I'm getting in appearance. That's what came through for the appearance. Now I'm going to pull from my little bag here of phrases to help identify, you know, who the enemies are, what's going on here, you know, things of that nature. Okay. Social media. So for some of you, these enemies are on social media or they follow you on social media. There's some jealousy for some of you. Okay. And I feel like this is more so the second group that I mentioned. Instagram. Okay. So I feel like if you chose this pile, you need to like think about sifting through and purging your social media. Client or colleague. Okay, so this is definitely the second group I was talking about, unless the person that was your ex was also a client or colleague of yours. And I notice client and colleague is coming up a lot. So I feel like a lot of you have work enemies so far. Obsessed with you. And that's come out for all three piles. And I have a lot more in here, guys. It's not like it's not like I don't have other things to crap, but those like just keep coming up. Okay, this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Okay. I'm gonna pull two more. I'm being told to pull two more. It's different for every pile. I just do what I feel like I'm supposed to do. Oop, here we go. Ex-friend. What was I saying for the second group? Whoop. And for those of you who you have more than one enemy, the second group, or this could also be like one of you could be a water, one of you could be fire, but we also have, you know, fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius too. Or it could be the two people, because I'm getting like this energy of two main enemies. Like for the second group of people, for the first group of people, I'm getting the energy of you and that person, and then them and their family now being the enemies. So I hope that, oh, hold on. Wow, I'm being told to pull two more for you guys. I think because there's more than one enemy here. So like evil eye. Okay. Yeah, so just I feel like my advice for you guys, pile 3, is to really purge out your social media. If you have family members of an ex on there or friends of an ex, you need to get them off of there, or at least make it so they can't see your post frenemy. Yeah, because some people are like hiding in plain sight. All right, I hope that helped identify your enemies or enemy. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This is a general reading. And I'm also not responsible for any choices you may make. You are a sovereign being. And even though my reading may be accurate, I have to state for legal purposes, it's for entertainment only. So it's general, take what resonates, leave the rest. If you would like a private reading on this topic or any other topic, hit me up. I'm now going to move on to pile 4. Thank you, pile 3. All right, those of you who chose pile 4 or the black tourmaline, let's get into your reading. All right, those of you who chose pile 4, this is your spread. So we have here the 6 of Wands or the Daemon Murmur. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. Teaches philosophy perfectly, brings souls back from the dead to answer questions. Then we have here the Hermit in traditional Tarot Major Arcana. Furcas or Furcast teaches philosophy, astrology, rhetoric, logic, palm reading, and divination in fire. And then we have Knight of Wands. This is upright. Bathin teaches the value of herbs and stones, transports anyone suddenly from one place to another. So for this pile 4, I'm getting that this person is definitely a hidden enemy. I'm getting like frenemy vibes, silent stalker vibes, probably on social media. Hopefully not literally, hopefully not at all. But I think that this person like hides their disdain for you. I think that this person watches you really closely. And I think that behind the scenes, you know, for some of you, this person might gossip about you behind the scenes because just the name Murmur. I know that's the name of the daemon itself, but that was just coming through for some reason. This is somebody that tried to get close to you and couldn't. Like, I feel like they were trying to get close to you and you were either just too smart for it, or maybe you were busy, or you're just the kind of person that like has, you know, a lot of boundaries up. So they really couldn't get really close. But I want to also say that this person might be like a tarot reader or a practitioner. I don't know why that just really came through. I'm getting the feeling that there's like one person that you could consider like an enemy, but then you also have like silent stalkers, is what I'm getting too. So this could definitely be, I had another pile that was an influencer pile. I think this might be an influencer too. And if you're not an influencer or a content creator, you definitely have somebody that knows you, at least at a distance, that wants to get close to you or try to get close to you and couldn't. And so they just kind of stalk you, like skull fucking you at a distance, like hidden, is kind of what I'm getting. So for some of you, this could be somebody that's romantically interested in you, or it could just be somebody that, because I feel like for some of you, they watch what you do and what you say and they try to copy it. Like there could be some copycats in this pile too, I'm getting. They're definitely like hiding like how they feel and what their true intentions are. Definitely hidden enemy going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from this pile to get more information on them and what they look like. And so for those of you who know them, this might help you figure out who they are. First up, black hair. Oh, I want to say also, guys, that there is a Knight of Wands here. For most of you, this could be a man. Piercings. So this could be one person with black hair and piercings, or two different people that might have a combination or similar things going on there. Younger than you. Pale skin. And for some of you, older than you too. So I feel like there's a little bit of an age difference. And it may not even be like a big enough age difference for you to notice or really pay attention, but that's something to look for. So if they're older than you significantly by like 5 or more years, or younger than you significantly by like 5 or more years, then that, that can help you identify them. And most of them are going to have pale skin with, dark hair and piercings, or at least if it's one enemy, one of them will. So now I'm going to pull from my little baggie here, where I have phrases to help you further identify this enemy or enemies. Client or colleague. So you guys could be in silent competition, at least from how this person looks at it. Let's see. Narcissistic abuser. Wow. So this person could have narcissistic tendencies, whether it's like obvious, like whether it's overt or covert. If you know them, then that could be an indicator. They are your enemy. So this person is not a friend. They're hidden, they're hiding their intentions or agenda, but they are definitely an enemy. This is not somebody who has any love for you at all. Instagram. Okay. So they could follow you on Instagram. I also got that you might have blocked this person already and they might post about you on Instagram, like try to gossip. Murmur, remember, about you on Instagram. But for most people, I think they just might follow you on Instagram. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is probably a water sign. I'm going to pull a couple more guys to help you identify. Wants vengeance. Woo! This person's got a bug up their ass, tell you that. Wow. For some of you, this could be a business partner. This could be a business partner. Wow. So if you guys have business partners and you've been suspecting something is off, yeah, look into that, please. And I want to just say as a sidebar, okay? I mean, not to directly refer to or quote the 48 Laws of Power, but you have to be careful getting into partnerships with people. Like, and believe it or not, they say that you're not supposed to get in partnerships with friends. That actually you can actually get into partnerships with enemies as long as your enemy feels grateful and wants to prove to you that they're going to do a good job. Otherwise, you want to make sure that you're in partnership with somebody because they're good at what they do and because they can maintain quality and consistency and be professional, not because you have a personal relationship with them. Okay. It doesn't mean you can't. It just means if you are going to go to business with a friend, you better be really careful that you know their intentions. All right. So that's what I have for you. Pile 4. Take a resonance, leave the rest. Hope this helped illuminate things for you guys. I want to just say for the record, I'm not held responsible for anything that you do, any choices you make based on this reading. You're a sovereign being. Go with your intuition first. It is a general reading, so take a resonance, leave the rest. And, no matter how accurate my readings may be, I have to say for legal purposes, they're for entertainment purposes only. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the last pile, pile 5. Thanks, pile 4. All right, pile 5 are those of you who chose the Shungite sphere. Let's get into your reading. All right, so pile 5, this is your spread. First up, we have the Page of Swords upright. Botis is the name of the daemon, I think, or Botis. Gives answers to past, present, and future. Reconciles friends and foes. Interestingly enough, when I did my is this person a friend or enemy draw, this card came up for one of the piles. So I find that interesting. Ten of Swords, upright. Malthus. Builds houses and high towers. Destroys an enemy's thoughts and desires and all they have built. Gives good familiars. And we have here Marcosius, I think. Marchosius, probably Marcosius. 9 of Wands, upright. A strong and faithful fighter. Follows all commands and answers all questions. Okay, the vibe I get off here, this person this isn't just a bug up their ass. So this is like they want to go to war against you. Like this person has it out for you straight up. Like if they saw you in the street, they would beat you down. Okay, that's the energy I get. Like they want an opportunity to go to war with you. And they might already be planning something. And I feel that it has to do with them feeling you did something to wrong them, or they perceive that you did something to wrong them. I feel like they feel like you betrayed them in some kind of way. Maybe you did some shady shit. Maybe you didn't. Maybe it's just their perception of what's going on. Or maybe it was something that you considered a small slight, but they considered a huge offense. Either way, this person is out for blood, okay? That's the vibe I'm getting. I mean, all of these cards really pointing to it. I want to say that this could be a younger man, or it could be a younger woman too. This is a young person. This is somebody, or if they're not physically young, they might be a little mature, like immature emotionally. It's kind of what I'm getting. But they have great dedication as your enemy. So regardless of their emotional like intelligence, or maybe they're just caught up in their passions, I don't know, I feel like for most of you, I don't think this enemy is going to be very good at following through with this, but it's definitely something they want. So if they see an opportunity because I feel like for most of you, it's like they just want to fuck you up. Like this is kind of the kind of person that would get like a group of friends together and jump you on the street, or like fuck up your car, your house, or something. Like that's the vibe I'm getting. But beyond that, they may launch like a full-on, coup campaign, depending on like what you have going on. What was the nature of your relationship? Like, were you guys friends from work? Were you lovers? Were you like childhood friends as a family member? It depends on that. But in a general sense, like this person is out for blood. So I just want to say that right off the bat. So let me see if I can help identify who this person or people are. I think it's one particular person in this case, but let's see. So we have very curly hair. Okay. So if that applies to you, you'll know like that's sorry guys, this cards are sliding everywhere. That's kind of hard to miss. Brown skin. So this person could be like melanated, right? They could have like brown skin and various hues. Same age as you, okay? And I do feel like you were close to this person. I really feel that for most of you. Afro-textured hair. I'm really getting this as a melanated person, guys. So I just got curly hair and then afro-textured hair, okay? So for some of you that have like different like friends from like different ethnicities, that might help you narrow it down. If your friends are mostly melanated, it may not. And then we have dark brown hair. So they could have dark brown, you know, afro textured hair, same age as you, brown skin. Okay. Let me pull from my little bag here of little phrases to help you guys further. It's going to go a little more into identifying them and their agenda or how they feel about you. Okay. So we have they're a user. Okay. Or they see you as a user. I think it's the other way around though. They're a user, whether they see one is not or not. But that could be their perception of you too. So take what resonates. They're obsessed with you. Okay. So again, that could be more for those where this person, you're in a relationship with them and they feel like you did something wrong. But it could also be a friendship or family, you know, it could go those directions as well. In fact, here we go. Toxic family member for some of you. Okay. Hates you. I feel like they used to love you or care about you and now they fucking hate you. That's like the energy I'm getting here. I feel like they follow you on TikTok, or maybe they have like a prevalent TikTok account. They might have like slandered you on TikTok. Maybe you guys had a TikTok account together before, like you guys, but you know, this whole thing went down. Instagram. Yeah. So this is also somebody, you might still have this person on your social media. So if that's the case, you want to consider removing that. And this is the last one, gossip. Yeah, I figured as much. It's kind of getting that vibe. This person, like, really, that might be one of their weapons of choice right now. Like, if they can't get to you physically, they might be using gossip to try to hurt your reputation, or maybe to like get people to their cause, make them feel sorry, you know, like make them feel sorry for that person. Okay. So this is what I have for you, pile 5. General reading, take it resonates, leave the rest. I'm not responsible for any choices you take with the information of this reading. You know, no matter how accurate it is, at the end of the day, you know, you are a sovereign being. And I have to state for legal purposes that this is for entertainment only. So if you guys would like to book a private one-on-one reading for more specific information on identifying who this person or people are, hit me up. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this is helpful and stay tuned for next time. Take care.
Check out my website, thetantricdragoness.com, to book a private akashic reading or any other reading. Also, akashic portraits, consultations, shamanic journeys, starseed charts, primordial dragon fire healing, and much more. You can also subscribe to Patreon to learn how to do a lot of this yourself. There are various templates I've designed. Activate Diamond Consciousness, Activate the Black Flame, Journey the Underworld, Tantric Healing and BDSM, Astral Projection and Power, Shields, Cloaks, Wards, Learning Light Language, Exclusive and Premiere Readings, Soul Fragment Retrieval, Advanced Ancestral Work, Creating Your Own Shamanic Sanctuary, and much more. Thanks for your support and stay tuned for future videos.